Our next group race, which is 6 and 12A. As you've seen, you've been through the grid, and now we get ready to go racing that Dodge Viper against another classic muscle car from America. It's the Corvette.
I think Peter's going to get him going into one.
Okay. Peter's on the left, right?
Yep.
Here we go. Muscle car mania here in Texas, as it should be and will be in the future, I'm sure. Away go the Vipers, away go the Corvettes. Listen to that beautiful sound.
Now, we might have had a rule break there. I'm not going to say by who, but we're not supposed to pass until we get to the start-finish line.
That's a good point.
Blue 302 boss.
Okay, well, that's that one. The 36.
Scott Shadle coming around there in that number 36. But it looks like everybody got through cleanly, which is exactly what we're looking for. Boy, does that Porsche look out of place there in that 996.
Does look a bit, doesn't it?
But look at that. So Jody O'Donnell and Peter Kloot. This is a classic Group 6 battle. Then we've got 3 Vipers right in a row.
Yep.
And you got to think that Jerry Robinson doing well in that Dodge Viper against these ACRXs, which was Viper's race car version of the Viper.
You know, I can't see a Viper now and not think of Lee Saunders. The man waxes rhapsodic. He's in our Trans Am series. Not in the historics, but I tell you what, as soon as he's ready for historics, you know he's going to get a Viper.
Yeah.
Or he's going to use his own Viper that he's been using for many years.
Now look at that, Jody O'Donnell harder on the binders there, getting up behind him.
Big bump going in there. Look, watch this, just there.
Yeah.
Heavy bump.
And for this group, that is their braking zone. You know, some of the Formula cars, they go past that. But yeah, that's really going to disrupt these cars. Look at that Pano. So a modern GT car can go through that without, and see, you can see Alan Davison taking that line that the track gives you, but you probably shouldn't. Now this is going to be a battle. Scott Borchetta, if you're watching, I know that you would love to be out there because these are the 2 guys that he loves racing against.
Yeah, I'll bet. He's dominated over the years, Group 6.
Yep.
In his own Corvette.
And Jody O'Donnell, so happy to have him back. Haven't seen him in a while. He's raced with us in the Big Machine Vodka Spike Coolers TA2 series here at Cota years ago, and just loves these Group 6 GT Corvettes.
Yeah, we got a couple of 69s. We've got a Roadster from 68. And then we've got, what else have we got? Just looking here. We've got another 67 Chevrolet Corvette with Eric Ritchie. Mostly 68s, 67s. We've got 171, Mark McAleer in that 71 in the number 33.
Mark McAleer, who you're just talking about,
is
I said his name wrong too, is a internet celebrity with Fit Over 50.
Oh.
Does lots of commercials and does his own like health products. Really cool to see him out here. Oh,
whoa,
look at this. Woo, that's not a great place there at turn 1, Jonathan. You know that well.
Oh, Viper losing its sting at the worst place. They can't see him coming around there. And if he tries to turn around, he could get in more trouble. Oh, he gets it spun around. Nicely done.
And nicely done for our cameraman to get out of that shot, our directors to get out of that shot, just to make sure we don't see anything we don't want to see as we see Dr. Claire Schwindeman from the Lone Star State sporting the Texas colors.
That was Andrew Threat, and he's proving not to be one anymore in his ACRX.
He was a threat to other cars.
Good point.
I love these flags. You know I love my flags.
I do
so,
know you.
I'm so
I'd like
happy
to see you put that up.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that'd be a little difficult, but I love seeing that here flying across.
That's a project for Lincoln. That's the Lincoln Project.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
That's such a difficult section of the track there. They're coming up the hill to that right, then a hard left.
It's all uphill and relatively blind if you're climbing up that hill. It's steeper than it looks when you're watching the TV pictures. They flatten it out. There's a lot more undulation to this track than really you see from the television screens. Now, when you get tight like this, you start to see it.
Yeah.
This is actually crested over here. You can see the car parked up there on the right, or now on the left. Yeah, it really does undulate more than perhaps the pictures give it credit.
Now keep Kurt Vogt coming up on his customer Peter Dolan there. Kurt Vogt in the Boss 302, Peter Dolan in the Shelby GT 350, and yes, that is a Shelby GT 350. That's not a tribute car. That's the real thing.
Priceless, surely.
Well, you can put a price on it.
I know, but you know what I mean.
It's unaffordable, I guess we could say.
Yeah, unobtainium.
Yeah.
As I like to say.
And there's another Viper. I don't know what it is about this race, but we're seeing more Vipers than I've seen on a track. since the Viper Challenge.
It's a basket of snakes.
And the Viper, obviously designed by Carroll Shelby of the Cobra fame. So I don't know, Carroll Shelby from West Texas probably had a lot of run-ins with snakes.
Yeah,
and just
out there where he came from,
yeah.
Absolutely he did.
He was a chicken farmer, so I'm sure the snakes came into his chicken coops.
Exactly. So a good start of this one, and Clute leading the way in the 59 in the red, white, and blue. Saw him get off the line brilliantly. Jody O'Donnell chasing him down in the 46 in the all black car. Here's the 84.
Jim Sandberg.
Currently in 10th position, Jim Sandberg. Yep.
Eric Cartman saying, "Go Cobra Automotive." Is that the famous Eric Cartman from South Park, Colorado? That'd be impressive.
JP Griffiths going through shot there, currently in 11th in that red and silver Corvette.
Boy from New York says, "Good one, Jonathan."
Thank you. Basket of snakes. I'm here all weekend.
Now look at this. Is that what is that? Is that a Supra?
Where?
Right, the third car in our shot.
Car, yeah, it does look like a modern car. I can't believe that.
Maybe that's the Panos? I couldn't see it. Oh,
squeaky wheels.
Yeah, that's a Supra.
It is.
That shouldn't be out there.
That's a modern Supra.
That Supra shouldn't be out there.
There's somebody on the track. They think it's all over. It's a Toyota. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that is a modern Supra, no question.
That should be in Group 10, I think.
Ah, well, he got out early. Maybe he's got plans. Here it is.
Well, welcome. we don't know who you are.
Well, we know you're the number 67.
No, I think he's no. You can see we're confused by the schedule. He's racing in Trans Am with us. You can see the black flag waving there at 11 furiously for him. So yeah, we were right. We called it right live that he shouldn't be out there.
You're kidding me?
No, he just went out there and is racing with everybody. And I'm sure the Corvettes are like, "Is that a Supra?" I bet you they said the same thing I said.
That's great. Well,
get a little extra track time there.
Now you know we're live, folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on, Mustang.
Look at that, and thank you so much, number 314, for wearing, Sean Guthrie, for wearing light-colored gloves so we can see your hands really working in there in that 314.
Ben's obsession with the Dayclo gloves continues.
Yes, just light-colored gloves, just so we can kind of see what you're doing in there and really see that these cars are not easy to drive.
That is, to be honest, that is a beautiful car, that Guthrie car, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's Mark McCallier there in that Chevrolet Corvette. No, there's a different third. Oh, that's Bob Lima. Yeah, that's Bob Lima in that white Corvette. Bob Lima, so happy to have him out here.
Riddle me this, as Batman would say, or the Joker would say, where on earth is that Supra meant to be racing?
Group 10.
So Group in the
10,
next race.
He's also got Trans Am stickers on there. And yeah, so he should be in the next race, but he didn't come into the black flag, so that's not good.
He's just getting a head start. Actually, it's not the next race.
Ooh, look at that blue Mustang and a blue Camaro really drifting through there at turn 20. Looking for the number of that, but we're getting some great shots here from Bob, our cameraman. Look at this. Chevy versus Ford going into turn 1, and Shadle takes it there in the Camaro.
Yeah, squint your eyes and you're back in the 60s. I love it. This is really cool.
Eric Cartman, he's saying it's not the Eric Cartman. He's from Oxnard, California, real close to Ventura.
Well, he's his own real Eric Cartman, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a real Eric Cartman, but not because the real Eric Cartman isn't real. He's a cartoon on South Park.
You see, I'm looking at my Group 10, and I don't have a Supra in Group 10 either.
Now, there's the Panos. Maybe he's running with IG. I did see Trans Am insignia on there, but there's that Panos, the number 34 of Paul Evans.
Yep.
Panos GTS. Beautiful car. Of course, Don Panos, who owned Road Atlanta for a while, and Sebring. Invented the, what's the patch that you put on your arm to keep from smoking?
The nicotine patch.
The nicotine patch, yes. He invented the nicotine patch, but still smoked 3 packs a day.
You could just punch yourself in the arm or get somebody to do that.
Yeah, boy from New York is saying eager beaver in that Supra. And you know that's got to throw off these Group 6 guys. Like, what in the world is that doing out here?
But you spotted it straight away. You were like, what? I like it.
It scared me. I saw it in the back. I was like, is that a Supra? going to have to replay that
well,
for myself.
That's a Corvette Roadster that just went through shot. That number 71, John Scott at the wheel.
I love, to me, that is the Shelby Mustang. The white, because that was our Grand Prix colors, the American, the white with the blue, and then I believe it was the
American Racing.
The Heritage white was that. So I just really love the look of that. Is that Steven Seitz? Yeah, that's the car that was with us at VIR. From Texas, races in the Svra group. So cool to have him out here with us. That is the Corinthian Vintage Auto Racers, I believe, out of Texas. And they have a lot of Mustangs in that group, and that's a fun group. So if you're in the Texas area and want to get involved in vintage racing, that's the way to do it. And then there is Alan Davison. We talk about him with FPEC. If you have had a chicken nugget in your life, that probably came from one of his pieces of equipment.
He doesn't make them personally, but he's in charge of making them, right?
He makes the equipment to make chicken nuggets for food processors and for everybody, and out of, I believe, Benton, Arkansas. And there we go. That's back to our leader, Peter Kloot.
Kloot about to come into the last complex and last run down the back straight.
Yeah, but Jody O'Donnell and Jerry Robinson are having a battle back there.
Yeah, they are. Look,
and then look at that, Wade
almost.
Cool right behind Jerry Robinson. So this should be a good little Viper duel here.
Peter Kloot then in the 59A. He's led all the way. It's heated up nicely, mid-80s now here in Texas. If you were wondering, it's a beautiful day here in November.
Peter and I believe his son, I can't remember, I think his son was named Gary Kloot, and Jody O'Donnell got at it in one of our races here going into turn one. Not Clue.
Oh.
Kloot. You can really see how soft they had to set up the suspension here to legendary motor cars because of the bumps here at Cota, and I'm sure Peter's not liking that, but when he gets hard on the brakes, you see about a 4-inch drop in that front suspension.
Wonderful
but it's that battle for overall second, but first in Group 12, Jerry Robinson, Wade Cole. Let's call it back to the Jonathan.
Here we go, Jerry Robinson holding on, but look at them, they're almost side by side as they come into 19, but the Viper, he does send him wide. And I was just about to say that the green Viper's going to have the advantage because he's on the inside, and that's how it turned out. Peter Kloot, though, will come over the line in first place. Jerry Robinson gets that second place by sending the other Viper well wide. Wade Cole.
Wade, I just want to say, I know it doesn't feel like you won, but not having to pick all that gravel out of the car going into the kitty litter, that was a good save. To me, you might have won that race. Jerry Robinson, congratulations, first in Group 12. Peter Kloot, first in Group 6.
Awesome.
That was a fun race. And
lots of fun.
We had a Supra in the middle of it, like a little Toyota commercial break.
Okay, that concludes our coverage of Group 6 and 12A. More SVRA Speed Tour action to come. Stay with us here on the Speed Tour. We'll be back from Cota.